Growing up in the islands, we spent a lot of time at the beach. Between the land and the sea is the place I always want to be. It's the place where I feel most at home. As kids, we'd literally spend hours in the ocean, diving, exploring, fishing, playing in the surf. We'd be in the water so long that our fingers would get wrinkled and the sun would make us dark. Then, like a tired sea turtle, we'd take a break from the water and lay down on the nice warm sand. These are some of the best memories of my life. I remember when I was a small child, the first time I actually thought deeply about the sand. I remember picking up a handful of sand and letting it slowly drain from my hand. And as I watched the rope of sand fall, I thought to myself, I wonder how much sand this is. I wonder how many grains of sand there are on this beach. What about every beach on this whole island? How about the whole world? It's impossible to place a number on it. Whenever the Bible speaks of something that cannot be numbered or measured, it uses the effective metaphor of the sand of the sea. This visual aid illustrates something that is innumerable, immeasurable, and even infinite. Over the years, I've never lost my fascination with sand, and I've had the privilege to see so many different forms, colors, textures, and types of sand all over the world. I'll never forget photographing the volcanic black sands of the rugged Icelandic coasts in the Arctic region. I stood in awe, seeing the contrast of dark black sand with the clear and white chunks of ice reflecting the golden rays of the sunrise. It was a picture worth 1,000 words. Then there's the glorious green sands of the south point of Hawaii's Big Island. The coarse grains of sand are like tiny green translucent crystals. They come from the olivine material, exploded and crushed by volcanic activity and erosion over the years. There's nothing quite like it in the world. And I can't forget walking on the bright white secluded sandbars surrounding the tiny deserted islands of Southeast Asia. Picture-perfect places that feel like heaven on earth. And then there was scuba diving on the white sandy ocean floor with the tiger and hammerhead sharks of the Grand Bahamas. Swimming with these majestic creatures in the context of clear, cyan waters and the white sandy bottom was truly a breathtaking encounter. Then bashing the massive sand dunes of the Arabian deserts of Dubai. These sand mountains go on for miles, constantly changing in size and shape with each blow of the wind. Then there's the ruddy red sands of Hawaii's Valley Isle, a hidden spot that is best left for nature lovers. The dark red sand contrasting with the blue water, the black seawall, and the green ironwood trees makes it a sight that is so easy on the eyes. And now here, on the pretty pink sands of Warwick Long Bay in the beautiful British Isle of Bermuda, the sand gets its pink hue from the pulverized pink and red shells of tiny marine creatures that live in the coral reefs that surround the beach. This is probably one of the reasons why pink is the favorite color of the famous Bermuda shorts. There are so many variations of sand all over the world. Each is uniquely beautiful and distinctly special. Something to be appreciated and preserved for future generations. But have you ever thought about how the soft sand is made? You see, the beautiful sand that creates a soft resting place for weary feet is actually made by the breaking, the grinding, the pulverizing of rocks in coral reef. The rain falls, the wind blows, the waves crash, the fish masticate, and the water refines the rocks and reef into tiny pieces. This is how sand is made. You see, the soft sand wouldn't be here for us to enjoy without this breaking and refining process. And what an amazing life lesson for us. Something beautiful comes from something that was broken. My friend, please remember and do not forget that in the storms of life, things break. Bodies break, relationships break, finances break, promises break. But even in the breaking process, something beautiful can happen. The breaking is not the ending, but rather it's the new beginning of a new form and a new experience. And so today I challenge you to look for the blessings of God in the breaking and the brokenness. Realize that no matter the situation, our loving Lord still has a plan. He is the one that sees the end from the beginning. And His thoughts towards us are thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give us a future and a hope. As the psalmist contemplated upon the wisdom, power, and beauty of the Lord, he then declared, "How precious are your thoughts toward me, O God! How great is the sum of them! If I should count them, they are more than numbered than the sand of the sea." Just as the sand cannot be numbered or measured, so too is God's benevolent thoughts towards us. He thinks about us all the time. He just can't get us out of His mind. He is the only one that counts every grain of sand, and He is the very one that knows each of us by name. And just like the sand, each one of us are uniquely different. But that which we all have in common is that we've all experienced brokenness in one way or another. We are broken, yes, but blessed anyhow. Blessed beyond measure, and noticed by God, whose love for us is immeasurable, just like the sand of the sea. So embrace the breaking process and let the Lord make you into a beautiful sandy beach, a place for people to look and see of an example of one who has experienced the bountiful blessings of the Almighty. A God whose love for us is greater than all the sands of the land and all the sands of the sea. We hope you've been blessed and inspired by this new Reflections of Hope episode. This episode is one of many that's been produced all over the world. If you haven't done so yet, please give our video a like, share it with your friends, and please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. If you'd like to see more inspiring episodes and get access to much more uplifting content, please go now to patreon.com/Revelation of Hope and sign up to be a member of our Patreon page. Your monthly support will not only give you early access to many more inspiring videos, but it will also enable us to continue to produce more of these cinematic object lessons from nature. Our goal is to produce and release these episodes much more frequently. So please prayerfully consider partnering with us so that we may continue to share the hope of Jesus all over the world. Thank you so much for your support. Aloha and Maranatha.